Bonds breaking TLT, Roger. Thank you. Yeah, it pulled down pretty hard this morning. Big gap up in it. Now it's starting to bounce again. Do I use TraderView? Yes. You've been using TradeZella. I'm not sure what that is, but I think I have to move everything over to TraderView because I'm really unhappy with the inability to import multi-leg strategies. Yeah, I mean, I've been using TraderView for a long time, and I go in and put the pricing in there, and it does put in stretches, strangles, et cetera, for you, strangles and credit spreads, et cetera. So yeah, I use TraderView. I just import them once a week. Did I buy the MP calls for July 25th? I did, Gary. I used the July 25th NP calls, but I'm expecting to be out of it today. Um, I bought the on MP. I bought the July 25th. I bought the $57 calls. $57 calls. I paid $5.80 for them. Right now they're at $5.95. I'm just going to try to squeeze a buck out of these things. $6.80 will get me out. Because it's way too extended to swing. I mean, way too extended to swing. Microsoft trading at 14.18 right now on the options. Trying to bounce back up again. CCJ trying to bounce as well. WDC just kind of moving sideways. Pretty slow market here, really, after the big gap up and then a pull down. We're just really just chopping here. Really not a high probability trading environment at all. I don't know what she's doing. She may be on a call. I don't know.
I know she took a shower.
Mm-hmm. She may be working.
Yeah.
I creeped up to the view app. Now it's falling back down again. The market not doing anything here. You can see this is just very slow market here. Very slow market. Hey Ryan. Oh, you heard the CYCC call out? Yeah, that was a beautiful one to say. I didn't get as much as I could have, but I don't care. I'm perfectly happy with the big nice profit I made, and that's a Momo stock. Low float, high volume. We also took profits in WDC this morning. Getting in for 295, out for 355. I still holding half of mine. CCJ moving up here now, up to 76.01. A high for CCJ today around 76.58. CCJ right now trading at 662. I got to get a $7 sell order on CCJ. It's at 662 right now, so needed to move up to about 76.50. About 76.50 roughly. Microsoft had a nice move up here today, pulled back slightly, starting to grind up again. And WDC just chopping. Very choppy market here. The market's not really going anywhere. It's a low probability trading environment right now. How you doing there, Ruthie? How you feeling?
Not in excruciating pain.
That's good for a change.
I think that's a nice change, yeah.
Feels good.
Thank you. I'll give you the new.
Oh,
And
boy.
God
Busy,
is about.
busy.
Huh?
Huh? Busy.
You're
So
busy
many
too?
people.
Oh, busy.
Busy.
How many today?
I don't know, 75 or 6, something like that. A lot of people. Had a nice win over them. One of our trades.
Ooh.
Marcus just went over me. Chocolate round. Gapped up to all-time high, and then of course the profit takers came in.
Yep.
Drove it back down. What's that all? Warmer?
Oh, it's a
New
warm.
copy? That's a good idea.
Hasn't it gotten it?
Is she working?
I think she is. I heard murmuring, but
She's either murmuring or asleep, or she's talking to
I
somebody.
think she's asleep.
I didn't hurt your back or your neck.
No.
Keep it up.
The biggest problem is this pain
Yeah,
going down my leg.
Yeah, tell them what happens.
Oh, I will.
One thing that's causing that.
Yeah, and it could be, yeah, it could be something normal that's gonna, because when I get up in the morning, it doesn't hurt too bad. But I mean, laying flat on my back makes it worse.
Yeah.
Hi.
You did better.
Oh,
He corrected the problem.
I hope so. I hope so.
Your backs are funny things.
Yes, they are.
I don't mean funny, haha.
Can you pour me some refrigerator water? This
What
is
do you want?
right over my head.
In your glass. Is that Allison's glass there?
Where there a minute. All right. Maybe my walk back. I gotta get out there.
Then you were out walking around the yard with her.
Yeah.
So you told her what you wanted to have done?
Mm-hmm.
She seems pretty detailed with this stuff, all
Yeah.
stuff like this.
She's real, like I said, she's, you know,
A no-nonsense woman.
I like that. I really like it.
I don't think I like her at all.
No, either. The neighbors, I didn't see anyone moved in, but there are people at the house.
Really?
There was like a man and a kid bicycling.
Hmm. All right, see if we get some questions here. Please repeat. Didn't hear reason for going to switch to Trader View. He said he's choosing something. I don't know what the program is that he's using. But TradeZilla, I'm not sure what that is. He apparently TradeZilla doesn't import multi-leg strategies very well. I've been using Trader View for a long time. It works pretty well. This Trader View, this Trader Sync, those are the two of the best ones. SPY not getting through the VWAP, not a good sign. No, it's not. If you're bullish, Q's went up through it, coming back down again. IWM just putting in a bearish engulfing candle right here. Again, pretty weak market after that big move up here this morning. Again, I'm in MP. If it goes against me, I'm going to bail on it. But right now, it's just holding on pretty well. Obviously, it's got relative strength. Microsoft still with good relative strength, although it's starting to pull back a bit. Again, we get some time on this one. CCJ moved up, still moving up. Good relative strength in CCJ, and WDC holding up okay. It's back below the VWAP again. What broker is Trader View? A trader, it's Trader View is it's basically a piece of software for importing your trades in, so that you can do analysis on them. It's not a platform. It's not a broker. It's basically just a piece of software. It's called Trader View, TraderVue. I think it's Trader View. Let me look. I can't remember. I've been using it for so long, but let's see. Yeah, Trader View. And you pay for it, and you import trades into it. I go in and I import them and I tag them as to the strategy that was used. I can see what my percentage win rate is, my percentage loss rate, what my profit factor is. Most wins in a row, most losses in a row. All kinds of information, financial information you need to make determinations on strategies. I know I don't use TradingView. I use this TradingView is similar to TC2000. It's a charting program, but I use TraderVue. It's TraderVue. TraderVue. There you go, Arthur. So it's a trade tracking program. Well, yeah, it tells me when I import my trades, I do them once a week. Then I go in and I code each one of them as to what the strategy was. I can put notes onto if it worked, it didn't work, or if anything unusual happened, it was a news event changed it, so that I can go back and analyze. I have all my strangles and straddles in there, all my credit spreads, debit spreads, anything that was a breakout, anything that was a doji sandwich setup, SPY super systems, all of the strategies that we use. And I identify each one of those trades, and then I can look and see exactly how they're performing. MP coming down here now, below the 15. It's going to give it a little bit of room. Market not doing too much, though. You've got a tag that says Elon's big mouth. Yeah, but listen, news. If it's newsy, a stock moves on news. I just mark it as news. and we're in a newsy market right now. Everything is just news related. But it'll give you a good indication of, you can list all of your best performing positions, your worst performing positions, how your trades did that were intraday trades, how your trades did that were swing trades or overnight trades. You can break those out and see which ones are doing well, depending on the market. So a lot of good information in those things. Again, profit factor is important. Not just your percentage win rate, but what your profit factor is. SPY Super System profit factor is running around 4, which is really, really high. 1 is break even, 2 is really, really good. Anything above 2 is really excellent. SPY Super System is running around 4, which is very high. Our regular trades, and just overall of all the trades we take in the room, running around 2.7, which is pretty good. SPY pulling back to the pivot point again. IWM coming back down to that support level. Again, 220.65. It's right on the support level for the high volume support level in the IWM. I put an MP trade on, but I'm not going to call it out. It's very speculative. The stock is way too extended to hold it overnight, so I'm just taking an intraday trade on it to see if I can get it to bounce back up to the high if the market bounces. They are up around 62.87. I bought next week's calls, but I'm looking on bailing on it today. I'm going to set my seller on WDC back to 355 for my additional trades, my additional positions. I don't have a lot of time on this thing, so I'm going to set that, the ones that I set to 4, I'm going to set it to 355. Again, watching CCJ also doing pretty well here compared to the market. SPY coming in. IWM, again, 220.65 is a support, just hovering right around there. Microsoft. Pull back just a bit. Snow moved up just a bit, so very choppy market here, very, very choppy. Hey Ryan, URGN is finding the ADMA, so it's keeping me in the trade. Do you put in any weight on the previous D1 candle being a bearish hammer? On URGN, on the daily, I mean, I don't. You're talking about like a shooting star thing. Not really. I mean, the previous days has a big wick on it. Yeah, I mean, I don't give it a lot of credence. If you go back and take a look at the trade on 613 on URGN and the trade on 612, 613, they both had big wicks. URGN does this. It moves up and then sellers come in. So no, I don't give it any. It's done this a lot. I don't give that any credibility. I know weight. MP. I'm not going to give this too much time. Again, get the VWAP there. The market's not doing anything. The market's not helping us at all. Again, right down to the pivot point on the VWAP, on the SPY. Triple Qs bouncing. Very dead. This is a really low probability trading environment right now. Consequently, I'm not in much. Again, CYCC was a good one. That was the Momo stock from earlier. Omex is kind of a Momo stock, but it's got kind of a lot of float on that thing. Omex trading 4.4 million shares, has a float of 26 million. So, yeah, it's not really a momentum stock in my mind. It floats too much, way higher than the volume today. SPY right now down 0.05%. Q's up 0.5%. Q's much stronger than the SPY. And IWM the weakest, down 1.17%. Again, I changed my sell order on WDC and my extras back down to 355. Expires this week. I don't really have. No, it expires next week. I've got a little bit of time, but I'm not thrilled about the price action here. CCJ I like. We have more time on that. Microsoft's starting to bounce again. And Snow really just not doing much here at all today. Up just a few pennies. Decker's coming down today. Pretty nice short setup on Decker's actually. Earnings on the 24th, however, next week. Decker's right at support. 96.95 is support on Decker's. About 12.20. Gotta watch my MP trade. It's starting to bounce back up again here. Not getting any kind of a outstanding move on it. I like the setup, but it's too extended for me to hold overnight, so I'm just intraday trading it, and I'm just going to look to take a small profit on it at this point. Q's trying to get to the VWAP. Market's just not doing anything here. Goes up to the VWAP, goes back down. Goes up to the VWAP, comes back down. IWM poked down to that 220.65 level, bounced off of it. Microsoft pulled back a little bit, now trying to bounce again. CCJ holding up beautifully here. And again, I changed my WDC sell order on my second half of the positions right back to the same one I sold it for this morning, the 355. And again, I'm still in MP, just looking to grab $1 out of that if I can. Dollar contract. CCJ now trading at 658, 658. So up about $1, a little over $1 on CCJ right now. Andrew, you took a 362.50, 357.50 on HD. Debit spread, I'm assuming. Put debit spread. Yeah, I paid $1.65 for it. It's a $2.50 spread. No, it's $5 spread. Yeah, it's $5 spread. Yeah, that's pretty good. $5 spread, 62.50, 357.50. So you get 250 as a halfway. You paid $1.65. That's very, very good. I'm not thrilled with the chart, but it is bearish and it's breaking down today with a big, huge bearish engulfing bar. So I think risk-reward wise, that's probably a really good trade. It's got support all the way down to It's got support at 354. Stock's very choppy. It's all over the place, but it does have a reasonably good chance of going down. It's down 2% today, and you've got expiring. Does it expire this week? When do you expire that, Andrew? This week, yeah, that's pretty good. By backing off down toward the the pivot point again. Triple Qs, pulling back again. Market's just really choppy here. It's pretty bearish. It's just not gaining any traction to the upside at all. But most of the downside moves pretty contained as well. Hard to do SPY super system trades when this is the kind of moves you're getting. Microsoft trading at 1432 right now, 1432. At about 509 for Microsoft was what we needed to get to. MP just chopping around. Microsoft moving up. SPY still just trading between the VWAP and the pivot point here, trending down for the day. Of course, you can see the move up to an all-time high here. But if you just follow your tops down here, you'll see that we're just moving down slowly. We did break above it a little bit here, but this is still bearish right now. MP coming back down again. I'm going to dump this thing probably pretty soon. Snow bouncing a little bit. CCJ holding up pretty good. WDC pullback starting to bounce. We're at GN, just been kind of moving sideways here today. Not much going on here with the market at all. MP, I'm probably going to try to bail on this thing. Again, I went out to next week, so I'm not getting time decay too badly, but I need this thing to move back up above. Gets back above the 15, I'm just going to take it off. WDC bouncing here again. I reset my sell order to 355 on the remaining WDC options that I've got. Right now it's trading at 325. CCJ trading at 638. Microsoft trading at 1455. Ari pointing out REPL, it's biotech. has a PDUFA on 7/22. That's next week. A week from today. Yeah, it's moving up pretty strong here right now. You have bull calls as well. Long calls expiring in August. They're doing very well. Last several days have seen a continued upswing since last week, and it crosses the 200 yesterday. Yeah, it did. Very nice. Outcome of PDUFA is always uncertain. Yeah, yeah. I think if you make enough profit for 7/22, it'll likely to close most of my position. I don't blame you. You know, the PDUFA can come in good, but there's obviously some anticipation here in this move. This thing is moving up pretty strongly here. Just in the past 5 days, it's moved up from 950 to 1180. That's a pretty big move. Now, you never know with PDUFAs, of course. You can get a huge pop in it, but you can also get a pretty big drop. So biotechs are very tricky. Yeah, that you never know when the outcome is built in. That's true, Ari. You close half and hold half. Yeah, I guess that's always a good way to do it. So at least you lock in profits, especially if your profits are big enough. If you get hit on the second half, it won't be too painful. SPY still hasn't hit the low, but it's really weak. Again, you can see we're down today. Qs are up pretty nicely, but they're getting a little weak as well. Doesn't look like we're going to get much of a move to the upside today. I wouldn't be surprised we get continuations to the downside. SPY, it's got the 8 exponential though. Trading at the 8 is at 622.50, 622.50. So about $1.40 away on the SPY to support. That's where it went to yesterday and bounced. The SPY right there at the pivot point again. Keeps testing it. Let's see if it's going to end up going through it. Not a lot of volume coming in here. T2104 is bearish here. It's been bearish since about 10:15. Continue to be bearish, very bearish right here, right now. They're coming down pretty hard. You got to look to the short side here right now. Again, my MP is if I get a bounce anything close to even, I'm going to take it off. Microsoft's still outperforming the market pretty well. Market though is very weak here. T2104 very weak. Again, the SPY's got room down to the 8 here. Qs as well, but Qs were quite a ways away from the 8. Qs are much stronger today. They're still up for the day. But T2104, very bearish. I'm gonna look for some bearish stocks.
Geez, Mom.
What?
You're on that way.
No, she sent me like 4 more or something.
I think that's Mama's good.
Let's do it, that's, did you already have something?
Yes.
Oh. Did you get a newbie? Yeah, we got a phone call. No such luck. I bet you have to go to the office too. Better eat something before you go.
Well, that's, yeah, she'll just make me sleep.
What?
Tired, heady. But it's not like bad yet. It's just like,
Oh, yeah. Milk that was deep too.
I mean, I just had, I mean, I had some at 1:30, but when I ate that cereal in the bathroom,
Okay.
that was at what, like, that was at what, like 9:30, 10?
What time you going to film?
Need free something.
Oh, well, Susan, you busy with today?
Well, I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like, I got, I mean, usually there's more at the office, but it's 11:30, a 1, and then 3 at the office.
You need to go late.
Well, it starts at one office starts at 4.
Okay.
Just tired.
NRG is a decent short setup here. If you like a short, so the NRG is set up pretty nicely. The daily chart is not really terribly bearish, but it's breaking down right now below the 50-day moving average. It's on a bull flag, very similar to snow, but I'm just looking to trade it just short for the day. That's all. NRG. I took some 150 puts expiring Friday. 150 puts, just looking to grab maybe 50 or 60 cents off of this thing. NRG. Just looking for some decent shorts in this market. It's the T2104 is very, very bearish. Coming in pretty steep here right now. SPY hasn't been able to get back up through the VWAP. It's just riding along that pivot point, but I haven't seen a lot of buying coming in. Qs look are better, and the IWM is very, very weak. But again, right there, the standard deviation line. 220.65 is the support level, which it's gone through. But everything's just kind of churning around here, just kind of chopping around. SPY is bearish, but not extremely so, because it keeps bouncing off this pivot point. Again, I took some NRG puts, and I've got some MP calls that I'm going to try to dump pretty soon. Microsoft still looking pretty nice. WDC pulling back a little bit, and CCJ holding up pretty nicely here. Snow's been bouncing, still bouncing again. Q's are pretty strong today. The Q's are still green for the day. So Q's looking nice. Nvidia kind of moving sideways. Apple actually was a little bullish today. It's a horrible chart on Apple. Just a mess. Amazon pulling back. Google pulling back. Microsoft still holding up nicely. SPY again, another move off the pivot point. I'm going to hold my NRG, and I'm going to see if I can't get rid of MP on any kind of a bounce here. Nick, what do I think a target take profit price on URGN would be? Let's look at URGN. All right, let's think about this. It's just down a little bit today. Okay, so here's the daily chart on URGN. All right, so we've got URGN calls right here. We got the August 15th. We're already a month here. We got $11 calls. Right, $11 calls. So we're in the money here by $3.07. We paid $3.70 for them. All right, so we're in the money by $3.07. We paid $3.70. Not bad. We've got a lot of intrinsic value. Here's my resistance level up here, 21.37. So I would say that a reasonable price to put on this thing is the thing can move up to about $15, $16, $17. I would say maybe $16. That would get you around probably close to a double. So I would be looking for 100% in URGN for right now. So maybe 740, 750 for a sell order on it if you want to put a sell order in. And it may never do that. It may just meander sideways here. But this is a beautiful bull flag. What we're looking for is a day with some volume to drive this thing up. So far we haven't had that. But that's my take on it right now. I'm not looking for it to get to $21, but I think I can get to 16 or 17. Again, I'm short. I was long MP, which I'm going to try to take off here, and I'm short NRG. And I'm just going to try to take profits on both of those today. Coming up at 12:48. I got to get some lunch here in a few minutes. Syracuse, is the opening price from June 23rd support for lift, or is the first support the 200? Let me look. June 23rd. All right, so let me look at lift on the daily chart. Yeah, I mean that's pretty close to support. I have 1490 that has gone through. So I don't. My next support level on lift, I gotta go find it. $14.63. $14.63. The June 23rd candle, by the way, is not a high volume candle. So I've got $14.63 as the next support level after the $14.90. 1452 based on your annotations. Yeah, I have 1463. That's pretty close to the same thing. Hey, Milad. I'm struggling with finding stocks. I'm stuck trying to figure out a system that works for me. Any easy, simple scans you can recommend and how you can find your own tickers? You know, the ones here on Thinkorswim, this one here is one new, but there's one here you can put in here if you want to go long. They have a public one on here that is where is it? New yearly highs and new yearly lows. Those are always good to look at for potential longs, and new yearly lows would be potential shorts. I mean, I have some fairly, what I consider sophisticated stands in TC2000. This is stocks for moving up and moving down, cascading up and cascading down. Now you can switch this to daily, but you'd have to have the SPY Super System to do that. These scans in here for cascading up and cascading down. These are based on 5 minutes, but you can. I also have scans in here for daily, which is where you'd find swing type trades. This is a swing type trade right here. So if you're looking for shorts, you would go with new yearly lows, and longs would be new yearly highs. But you know, you've got to. I always look for, if you're looking for stocks, scan on high volume. You look for stocks that have higher volume than normal. You know, percentage gains for the day. But that gives you a starting point. It takes a long time to find decent ones. I mean, this NRG, you can see this showed up on one of my scans as relative weakness for the day. It's pretty nice short setup. Will it continue? I have no idea. This is the daily on it. I mean, obviously it's a nice short here. I've got the SPY Super System telling me it's a nice short. But if I go back here, I got to be careful because I have this on earnings. I had this big gap up right here to 137.15. Right, so that would be the break of the bull flag. But I'm just looking to trade it for today. So. But NRG, I would say 1463 is the support level on NRG. You like Zen Scans? Yeah, Zen Scans is pretty good. There's a bunch of different ones. I use my TC2000 for lots of scans, and I use these scans in Thinkorswim. But I know Zen Scans, and there's some pretty good ones there as well. I don't like TradingView scans. I think I just don't like them. They're too convoluted for me. But I've been using TC2000 for years and years, and I have a really simple method where I have about 20 different scan criteria that I put across the top of my matrix, and any stocks that meet any of those criteria get a check mark or a dot, and that tells me how many criteria a particular stock has based on the criteria that I use for trading. Okay, so I'll switch again. I'm in this NRG short. It's coming in pretty nicely here right now. Okay, I'm not looking for any big gains here, but I do like the short side right now because I think the SPY is just not doing anything here. See, it's holding up above the pivot point, but it's not really bouncing off of it with any kind of strength at all. Triple Q is still green, by the way. So I get NRG short right here, which is working, and I get MP long, which is probably not, well, it's starting to bounce. If you're part of Reddit, there's an everything scanner from Dan on Thinkorswim. Yeah, the everything scanner from Dan on Thinkorswim. It's probably the same one I use. I mean, I don't know what everything means. There's lots of different conditions that you look for, but I said I've settled in on the criteria that I use. I'm looking for relative strength, relative weakness, high of the day, low of the day, volume surges on 5 minute, volume surges on daily, Heikenhachi reversals on daily, Heikenhachi reversals on 5 minute charts. Stock that's above yesterday's high and green on the day and above the last 5 minute candle for breakouts, and vice versa on shorts. Lots of different conditions. NRG working very nicely here. Again, I just used expiration for this week, 7/18. I took the 150 puts. Paid 460. They're going for 515 right now. MP, I'm down. I paid 580. They're at 490. So I need MP to make a bounce, and I'm probably going to scratch it because I don't like the market here long. The T2104 is very, very bearish here. SPY is breaking down below the pivot point here.
Happy, you wanna go out?
And the SPY has got room down to the 8 exponential moving average. We're breaking down here right now. The 8's very close on the SPY, so I can't really take puts on it. IWM has got the 15 fairly close. And the Qs are still green, so I'm not going to try to short the Qs. So that's why I'm just looking for some stocks to short, which is where I come up with NRG. Beautiful short in NRG. In at 460, right at 535 right now. 560, I'll probably take $1 on it if it gets there. And I'm going to get lunch here. It's almost 1 o'clock, so I'm going to get lunch. I'm just waiting to see what kind of profits I can get this NRG. RECYCC moving again. See what it looks like. Yep, 1823. Yeah, it's getting a little more volume now too. Again, a resistance right at the on the daily chart, right at about 2117 or so. I'm not going to chase it up here. SPY coming in. NRG coming down. MP holding up. See, MP's still got relative strength versus the market. So I'm going to try to scratch this thing if I can. And I might take profits in NRG here now, since I want to eat. All right, so I'm out of NRG. In at 460, out at 540, out of NRG. Back up below the pivot point here and pretty weak. Okay, it's got the 8 not too far away. Q's coming in. Q's still green. IWM trying to bounce. All right, so I'm done with NRG. I took profits in that. MP starting to move up a little. Get out of NRG here.
I'm just going for my 15
Oh,
minutes.
really? This is a lot.
I gotta do it.
Okay. All right. Just go slow.
I will.
You got some water or anything?
No, but I just drank a bunch.
Okay. All right. Be careful.
I will.
All right. I'm going to get some lunch. I'll go ahead and close down the YouTube feed. Thanks, everybody, for being here on YouTube today. I appreciate it. Got some great traders out there. Look forward to seeing some of you folks in the room. And again, I do this to education all day long in the room. So that NRG, I don't know if you took NRG, but NRG was a beautiful trade. Nice short trade. Get in for, again, 460, out for 540. Very quick, nice profit at NRG. Short. Still an MP long here. I took profits in WDC today. We're still holding CCJ, which is trading very nicely here. It's market coming down, is moving up pretty nicely. So that one looks good. Microsoft especially having a nice day today, up about 7.8, almost 0.8%, and moving up right in our favor. Up to about, I think it's about 14.50 now on the calls. All right, so I'm going to shut down YouTube. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see everybody back out here tomorrow. I got started a little bit late today on it. It didn't come up. I was having trouble with it for some reason. But be back again tomorrow between about 11 and 11:15. All right, thanks so much for being